Your soulmate is planning a bold step toward you. This will shock you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now in a way you can feel like a warm rush rising through your spirit, and the moment your eyes touched this title something inside you stirred, almost like your intuition whispered, pay attention, this is about you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to reveal is not random, not accidental, not coincidence. It is a divine interception placed in your path at the exact moment your energy became ready to receive truth you've been sensing but couldn't quite articulate. Your soulmate, yes, the one your spirit keeps pulling toward, the one whose energy shows up in your dreams, your thoughts, your sudden waves of emotion, is planning a bold step toward you, a step that will shock you, soften you, heal you, and shift the trajectory of both of your lives in a way neither of you is fully prepared for. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. For weeks, maybe months, you've been feeling strange internal signals, moments where their name pops into your mind with no explanation, waves of longing that don't match the silence between you, glimpses of them in songs, numbers, signs, and little moments that feel too perfectly timed to ignore. You've been waking up thinking of them, going to sleep with a heaviness that feels like unfinished business, catching yourself wondering why their energy lingers even on days when life feels too busy for emotions. And listen to this, don't scroll, because that isn't imagination, it isn't wishful thinking, it isn't emotional overflow, it's alignment. It's the universe preparing you for something. Your soulmate has been feeling these same emotional pulls, these same intuitive nudges, these same spiritual taps on the shoulder, and while you've been trying to understand the waves inside your chest, they've been wrestling with the quiet intensity inside theirs. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They've been holding a secret, a truth they haven't spoken yet, that their feelings for you go far deeper than they've ever admitted. They've been hiding their emotions behind distractions, behind pride, behind fear, behind timing, behind circumstances that weren't ready for the weight of what their heart was carrying. But recently something shifted in them. Something awakened. Something broke open. They saw a sign, had a dream, felt a moment of clarity that hit them so strongly it pulled them out of denial, and that moment showed them they can't keep suppressing what their heart already decided about you. Don't scroll. Listen closely, because heaven has been aligning the path between you and this person, removing obstacles, exposing false connections, closing emotional cycles, and clearing the energetic space for this bold step they're about to take. They've been observing you, admiring you from a distance, noticing your growth, noticing your glow, noticing the way you've been elevating spiritually and emotionally. And instead of pushing them away, it's pulling them closer. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now. This person is planning something, a confession, a message, a visit, a gesture, a moment of undeniable vulnerability where they reveal how deeply they've felt you all along. They are about to risk something big, their comfort, their pride, their fear of rejection, their old patterns. They are stepping into a version of themselves they didn't know they could become, because the connection you share isn't casual. It's spiritual. The kind that pushes people into growth. The kind that awakens dormant courage. The kind that forces truth into the light. Don't scroll, because you need to understand why this is happening now. The universe has been nudging them relentlessly, through angel numbers, through dreams, through synchronicities, through sudden emptiness when they imagine a future without you. Their soul recognizes yours, and their spirit has been restless in ways they can't explain. They tried to ignore it. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to pretend it wasn't real. But destiny doesn't loosen its grip that easily, and this connection was written into both of your stories long before either of you understood what love truly meant. Listen to this, don't scroll, because the bold step they're preparing isn't just emotional, it's transformational. It will change the dynamic between you. It will reveal truths that were once hidden. It will open a doorway the universe has been holding ready, waiting for the moment both of your hearts were aligned enough to walk through it. Your soulmate is rising into their courage, into their clarity, into their honesty, and when they do, the shock won't come from the confession itself, it will come from finally realizing that everything your heart has been sensing was right. Don't scroll, because this is the moment your spirit has been waiting for. The confirmation that the love written for you has already begun moving in your direction. Don't scroll, because what I'm about to reveal is reaching you at the exact moment your spirit has finally become ready to understand a truth that's been forming around your life like a quiet storm, and your heart needs this right now more than you know. So breathe deeply and let every word settle into the parts of you that have been yearning for clarity. Listen to this. The moment the universe began shifting your path, the moment your soulmate started planning that bold step toward you, something in the spiritual realm awakened, something that's been sleeping for months, maybe years, and that awakening is why you've been feeling strange emotional waves, sudden moments of anxiety, bursts of hope out of nowhere, and the sense that someone is thinking about you intensely even when you're alone. Don't scroll. This message is for you, because the shift you're experiencing isn't fantasy, it isn't coincidence, it isn't your mind playing tricks on you, it's alignment. Spiritually, emotionally, energetically, things are rearranging around your life because your soulmate has reached a point where silence is no longer sustainable, distance is no longer tolerable, and their feelings can no longer be buried beneath distractions or pride. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now. The universe has been sending them signs, angel numbers like 222, 717, 1111, dreams so vivid they wake up breathless, songs that hit them out of nowhere, memories of you that feel like they're happening in real time. And these signs aren't random. They are pulling them toward you with divine force. Don't scroll, your heart needs this, because while you've been sensing something coming, they've been battling something too. The weight of admitting how they feel, the fear of messing up again, the realization that you are not like anyone else they've ever known. You might think they've forgotten, moved on, or don't care, but spiritually, emotionally, their soul is restless because it's trying to get back to the energy that felt like home, you. And here's the part you need to hear, their heart has reached a breaking point, not in a painful way, but in a way that cracks open truth. They are seeing you everywhere, feeling you everywhere, recognizing your importance in places they didn't expect. Don't scroll, because what I'm about to say next is something heaven has been trying to whisper to you. Their sudden emotional sensitivity is not random. Their longing is not random. Their shift in behavior is not random. Your soulmate is waking up. They are becoming aware of the connection in a way that feels urgent, unavoidable, magnetic. And listen to this, your heart needs it. The universe is preparing you both for a moment, a conversation, an encounter, a confession, that will shift everything, and that moment is closer than you think. Don't scroll, because while the universe is guiding them toward courage, it's also preparing you for what's coming. You've been healing wounds that once blinded you. You've been releasing patterns that once held you back. You've been growing into the version of yourself who can receive the love you once doubted you deserved. And the universe is proud of you for that. But there's more, a layer deeper. They've been watching you from afar, whether spiritually, emotionally, or visually, and they've noticed your growth. They've noticed your strength. They've noticed the glow around you that wasn't there before. It's pulling them in. Don't scroll, because this message is for you. They are not planning something small. They are planning something bold, something vulnerable, something revealing. They've been talking to someone about you, asking for advice, rehearsing conversations, imagining scenarios, trying to figure out the right words so they don't lose their chance. And listen closely, your heart needs this. They feel like time is running out. They feel like if they don't act now, the universe will send someone else into your life who sees your worth immediately, and that fear is shaking them awake. They know you're special, chosen, rare. The kind of person people pray for but often realize too late. And heaven is pushing them, guiding them, nudging them toward the truth they're supposed to be in your life. But here's the twist, the universe is not just preparing them to take a bold step, it's preparing you to recognize their sincerity when they do. You won't have to chase. You won't have to guess. You won't have to beg for clarity. Their honesty will surprise you, their vulnerability will soften you, and their effort will prove what their silence tried to hide. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. A destiny moment is forming around your life, a moment where everything aligns, timing, emotion, courage, truth, and when it hits, you will feel it like fate finally exhaling. Something big is coming. Something you've sensed but couldn't define. Something your spirit has been preparing for quietly. And whether you're ready or not, the universe is moving this connection into a phase where intentions become clear and feelings become spoken. Don't scroll, this message found you because it was meant to. The energy around you right now is shifting in ways you haven't been able to describe, and don't scroll because what I'm about to say will make your spirit feel seen in a way nothing else has lately, and your heart needs this right now more than you realize. Because ever since your soulmate began planning that bold step toward you, something in the spiritual realm has been moving, rearranging, awakening, and aligning every piece of your destiny, even the ones that once felt broken or out of sync, and you've been feeling the signs without fully understanding them, those sudden emotional waves, those random moments where your intuition screams that something big is coming. Those angel numbers like 222, 444, 717 showing up at the exact moment your mind drifts to them, or to memories you thought were fading but are instead resurfacing stronger and more meaningful than ever. And listen to this because your heart needs this right now. The reason everything feels so intense, so spiritually loud, is because the person connected to your soul, the one who sees you differently than the rest of the world, the one who can feel your energy even from far away, has finally reached the point where they can no longer silence their emotions, pretend they're not affected, or run from the truth of what their heart has always known. Because they are planning something bold, something vulnerable, something that requires courage they didn't have before, and heaven is pushing them toward it with divine force, not to pressure them, but to align both of you with the love story that was always written in your destiny. And don't scroll because you need to hear this. While you've been healing, growing, rebuilding your confidence, and learning how to release what no longer serves your spirit. They have been undergoing their own awakening, one that feels overwhelming to them because they never expected their feelings to grow this deep, this urgent, this undeniable. But love tied to destiny always returns, always reawakens, always demands truth. And your connection with this person has reached the stage where the universe will no longer allow them to sit in fear, silence, or indecision, and every sign you've been receiving is proof that they are being spiritually guided toward you, being shown dreams, synchronicities, emotional messages they can't ignore, because heaven has declared that the time for hesitation is over, the time for clarity is here, and your heart needs this right now. They are terrified of losing you, terrified of missing their moment, terrified that their silence has already spoken louder than their actions, and that fear is the fuel heaven is using to push them into motion, because they are realizing that you were not a coincidence, not a phase, not a temporary feeling. They're realizing you are their person, the one who awakened something rare and sacred inside of them, the part of them they didn't know still existed, a softness they buried, a hope they forgot, a vision for the future they didn't believe they deserved, and now they see it clearly, they feel it deeply, and they're preparing to act on it boldly. Don't scroll, because what comes next is something your spirit has been sensing. Your soulmate has been talking about you, asking for advice, replaying old conversations, rereading old messages, imagining what they'd say if they had the chance to speak honestly, and someone close to them knows how they feel, someone has seen their restlessness, their emotional overwhelm, their distractions, their longing, and that person has told them, if you don't move now, someone else will, and that truth shook them, waking them up to the reality that they cannot afford to wait any longer. Don't scroll, because what I'm about to reveal will touch a place inside you that has been whispering for answers, and your heart needs this right now more than you realize, so stay here with me and let these words sink into the spaces you've been carrying in silence, because the universe has been trying to show you something big, something life-shifting, something connected to the person whose energy keeps brushing against your soul even when they're not physically present. Lately you've been feeling strange waves, moments of emotional intensity, sudden thoughts of them popping into your mind, random memories replaying like echoes, dreams that feel too real to ignore, and all of this is happening because the spiritual thread between you and this person is tightening, pulling, activating, preparing both of you for a moment heaven has already written, and listen to this, because your heart needs this clarity. Your soulmate is standing at the edge of a decision that will change everything between you, a bold step they have been wrestling with, a confession they've been afraid to make, a truth they've been holding inside for far too long, and the closer they get to making this move, the more your spirit feels the tension rising. They've been replaying conversations, overthinking what to say, imagining how you might react, and even though fear has been gripping them, something stronger has been pushing them forward, fate, divine timing, the realization that losing you is no longer an option they can live with, and don't scroll, because you need to hear this part. The reason your emotions have felt heavier lately, the reason your energy has felt sensitive, the reason your intuition has been louder is because their emotions are spilling into yours. When a soulmate prepares for a breakthrough, the other can feel it like a shift in the air, and your soul has been picking up their nervousness, their longing, their awakening. They've been trying to hide how deeply they feel, but heaven is making it harder for them to run from the truth, because this connection is not just emotional, it is spiritual, karmic, destined, and now the universe is aligning events that force them to confront what their heart has been screaming for months. Angel numbers like 1111, 1010, 222 have been following you both, showing up on clocks, receipts, street signs, because those numbers are signals. Reminding them to act, reminding them that the window of divine timing is here, and reminding you that what you've been sensing is real, and listen to this, because it will explain so much of what you've felt. Your soulmate has been talking to someone they trust, asking for advice, revealing pieces of their emotions they've never shared before, and heaven showed that these conversations are the final push they need to step out of fear and into honesty. They've been carrying guilt. Guilt for hesitating, guilt for holding back, guilt for not choosing you sooner, and this guilt is transforming into determination, a boldness they've never shown before, because they know that if they don't come toward you now, they will regret it for the rest of their life. Don't scroll, because here is where the message deepens. Someone around them is also aware of how strongly they feel for you, and that person may have unintentionally, or intentionally, blocked or discouraged them in the past, but now that influence is breaking, their clarity is returning, and the universe is removing every distraction so their heart can finally speak the full truth. They are realizing that the love they feel for you isn't something they can compare to anything else, because this connection has survived distance, silence, mixed emotions, fear, and timing, yet it still pulls them back to you over and over. This is why you felt sudden bursts of hope even on days when nothing was happening physically. This is why you felt something is coming even when your mind doubted it, because your soul recognized the shift before your eyes could see it, and heaven is urging you to stay open, stay receptive, stay aligned, because the moment they step forward, everything between you will change in a way that feels both shocking and divinely perfect. They are preparing to say something they have never said aloud before, something honest, vulnerable, raw, something that exposes the depth of their heart, and even though fear is still whispering at them, the universe is speaking louder. Signs are everywhere, dreams are intensifying, synchronicities are multiplying, and their soul is calling your name with a force that cannot be ignored anymore. Don't scroll, because this last part is the message your heart has been waiting to hear. The bold step they are planning is not a small gesture, not a half-hearted attempt, not a temporary emotion. It is a life-shifting decision, a confession, a genuine movement toward you, and heaven is saying that the moment it happens, the confusion will end, the distance will break, and the love you've been sensing will finally come to the surface in a way that leaves you breathless. Your soulmate is being spiritually prepared to meet you at the level of your heart, your loyalty, your depth, and your destiny, and the universe is clearing the path for a connection that was always meant to find its way home. Don't scroll, because what I'm about to reveal is reaching you at the exact moment your spirit is finally ready to understand why everything lately has felt so intense, so strange, so divinely guided, and your heart needs this right now more than you realize, because the angels are showing that the person connected to your soul, the one whose energy keeps brushing up against yours even when you're trying to move forward, the one who awakens a feeling inside you that no one else ever could, is stepping into a moment of awakening so powerful that it's changing the entire direction of your connection, and heaven is saying you need to be prepared for what comes next, because nothing about this shift is subtle, nothing about it is accidental, nothing about it is random. Listen to this, don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. They're showing that your soulmate has been wrestling internally with something heavy, something emotional, something they've been afraid to face, and this internal battle has reached a point where they can no longer hide from their truth, no longer run from their feelings, no longer ignore the signs they've been receiving, signs that point straight to you. They've been seeing angel numbers like 222 for alignment, 555 for change, 717 for soulmate union, and every time they see these numbers, something inside them stirs, something inside them warms, something inside them whispers your name even when they try to silence it. And here's the part that heaven keeps repeating. This person is preparing to make a bold step, a step they've never taken before, a step that scares them and excites them at the same time, because they know that once they take it, everything between you will shift in a way that cannot be undone. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. They're showing that this person has been watching you grow, watching you evolve, watching you distance yourself, watching you become stronger and more self-aware, and that shift has shaken them because they suddenly realize they could lose you if they stay silent, if they stay stuck, if they continue pretending not to care. They feel your emotional withdrawal, they feel you pulling your energy back, they feel the space widening between you, and it's triggering a fear inside them they didn't know they were capable of feeling, a fear of losing something they never expected to love this deeply. Listen, don't scroll, your heart needs this. Your soulmate is stepping into a moment of realization where they finally understand why they couldn't replace you, why no one else felt right, why every connection after you felt empty or temporary or misaligned, and heaven is showing that this realization has created a sense of urgency inside them. They're no longer content with watching from a distance, no longer content with hiding behind pride, no longer content with keeping their feelings buried beneath fear and confusion. Something in them is rising, courage, honesty, clarity, and it's pushing them toward you faster than you think. But heaven also wants you to know something important. Not everyone around you wants to see this connection succeed. There is an energy of jealousy, of envy, of someone quietly monitoring you, someone who feels threatened by your light, someone who has spoken negatively about your name, someone who benefits from you staying uncertain or emotionally stuck. But heaven is saying their interference has already failed, their influence is dissolving, their intentions are being exposed to your spirit even before your mind recognizes them. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. You've been feeling emotional waves that come out of nowhere, you've been dreaming more vividly, you've been sensing someone thinking about you, and that is not imagination, that is spiritual communication. This person's energy is leaking through the distance, reaching you, tugging at you, awakening you because your souls are still connected, still intertwined, still aligned in ways that defy logic. Heaven is showing that your soulmate is experiencing divine pressure, synchronicities, memories, dreams, sudden emotions, all pushing them toward honesty. And the bold step they are preparing to take is not small, it's not casual, it's not something they can walk back from. They're preparing to reveal something, feelings, truth, intentions, that will change how you see them, how you understand the connection, how you move forward. And heaven is preparing you for that moment because it will come unexpectedly, in a moment of normalcy, in a moment that feels ordinary until everything shifts. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. Angels are saying your soulmate is standing in a doorway of decision, and this time, they are choosing courage over fear, truth over silence, vulnerability over distance. They're not coming toward you the way they did before, hesitant, uncertain, confused. They are coming forward with clarity, with intensity, with emotional honesty that may shock you because it comes from a place of spiritual awakening rather than impulse. Heaven is guiding both of your hearts into alignment, removing distractions, ending cycles, breaking patterns, healing wounds, and making space for something healthier, deeper, more meaningful. And the shift you've been feeling, the restlessness, the intuition, the emotional sensitivity, is not random, it is preparation for this breakthrough. Don't scroll, your heart knows this message is yours, and heaven is saying the bold step your soulmate is preparing to take will not only surprise you, it will change everything. Don't scroll, because what I'm about to reveal is the turning point your spirit has been sensing for days now, the moment where everything inside you whispers that something is shifting in the unseen, and your heart needs this right now more than you realize, because the energy surrounding your soulmate has been intensifying in a way that even they can no longer ignore. And heaven has been preparing both of you for a moment that will move your story forward faster than either of you expects. Listen to this, because this message is for you. The emotional pressure your soulmate has been carrying recently isn't random, it's spiritual, it's divine, it's purposeful, and it's pushing them toward the bold step they're about to make. They've been waking up with your name on their mind, falling asleep while replaying moments or imagining conversations with you, feeling waves of emotion hit them at the most unexpected times, and every time they try to brush it off or distract themselves, the universe pulls them right back to you. Your connection has become something they can no longer silence, no matter how hard they've tried to bury the truth. Don't scroll, your heart needs this, because the universe has been delivering signs to both of you, numbers like 111, 717, 444, sudden reminders of each other, emotional memories resurfacing, dreams that feel too real to ignore, and all of it is leading to one undeniable truth: destiny is pushing your soulmate toward you with divine force. They've been going through an inner awakening, a kind of emotional shedding where old fears are dissolving, defenses are cracking, and clarity is hitting them in waves so strong they feel it physically. They are realizing they can no longer run from what they feel, and they can no longer hide behind pride, hesitation, or confusion. Something inside them is shifting, deeply, permanently, and they're beginning to understand that what they feel for you isn't ordinary, temporary, or replaceable. It's spiritual. It's soul level. It's written into their destiny. Don't scroll, listen, because the universe needs you aware of something important. Their life has recently been shaken in subtle but powerful ways, not to punish them, but to redirect them, refocus them, and push them to face what they've been avoiding. Old connections have suddenly lost their meaning, old patterns feel empty, old distractions aren't working anymore. They're realizing that running from you only created more emotional chaos for them, and now heaven is guiding them into a space where honesty becomes their only escape. And while you've been strengthening, healing, elevating, and learning to protect your heart, they've been confronting their shadow, their mistakes, their fears, and the weight of what this connection truly means. Don't scroll, because this is the part your heart has been waiting for. Your soulmate is finally understanding that loving you isn't a risk, it's alignment. It's purpose. It's divine timing unfolding exactly the way heaven intended. And that's why their next step will shock you, not because it's reckless or impulsive, but because it's a level of vulnerability, courage, and emotional truth you've been praying to see.